Blazing fire or smoldering ashes? Hey guys, what's up? It's Katie and I'm back with another Marvel Contest of Champions video, and today we are going to be going over the comic history to see if Kabam did Dragon Man justice. So before we talk about this Dragon Man, we got to talk about the comic version of Dragon Man. So Dragon Man is a synthetic life form created at Empire State University by Professor Gregson Gilbert. Now, he was unable to grant life to him by himself until the villain Diablo actually animated him with his alchemy. Now, Dragon Man is one of the most powerful androids ever created, and he is basically the mentality of a small child or, well, docile dog, but it's easily controlled and manipulated by ultrasonics or hypnotism. So he's actually not evil in nature and is used more of as a pawn for evil men with diabolical schemes, like Diablo and some others that we'll talk about later. Now, throughout the years, Dragon Man has been used as a pawn for numerous villains, such as Diablo, Ringmaster, the Mad Thinker, Puppet Master, and Machine Smith. Now, Dragon Man has encountered numerous heroes like Spider-Man, She-Hulk, the Hulk, Captain America, but most notably, he has come across the Fantastic Four. Now, he responds well to kindness and especially has a really tender connection with Sue Storm because she was one of the only Fantastic Four members in their first encounter who treated him with kindness instead of just kind of going at him. So he also has a connection with the Powers children. Now, Dragon Man actually has been recently adopted by the Fantastic Four, which we'll talk about later, and has gotten close to the gifted children from the Future Foundation, especially Valeria Richards, who actually reprogrammed him to have super intellect and the capability of human speech. Now, like I said, Dragon Man has been a pawn for so many villains, mostly in plots to, well, destroy the Fantastic Four, but he has been a pawn in other story arcs as well. And this is one of my favorites with the Wizard. So the Wizard actually would end up catching the mask of Spider-Man when Peter Parker tossed it in disgust after the way people had been treating him, and once he was granted cosmic powers. So the Wizard would show the mask to some associates involved in the acts of vengeance, including Red Skull, Kingpin, Mandarin, Magneto, Loki, and Doctor Doom. So I'm not going to get into all of that. If you want to check it out, let me know. I can explain it fully, but it's kind of a cool story arc. But anyway, Dragon Man actually found Peter Parker and basically chased him, and because of his soup and his symbiotes or cosmic powers, Dragon Man blasted fire at Peter Parker, but because of the suit, Peter Parker was able to withstand the blast of the fiery, well, dragon's breath, I should say. But the outfit did disintegrate in flames, but he ended up creating another one, and then Dragon Man chases Peter Parker into a subway, and Spider-Man's spider sense, his little spidey sense, starts to buzz, indicating that a subway was coming by. So Dragon Man actually remained on the tracks and punched the subway train. Subway train? Yeah. So, but Spider-Man actually protected all of the passengers on board by creating these kind of like spider airbags type thing, we'll call them. And then Dragon Man catches the scent again, and he creates a web shield basically, and it's laced with the cosmic power that he is now entwined with. Yeah, we'll go with entwined. And when Dragon Man expels his fiery breath, he breathes the flames. Dragon Man is unable to burn through the web no matter how hot his flame become, until his flame began to sputter, and that's when Spider-Man reveals himself, knocks Dragon Man out through the surface of the streets. He's knocked out cold, and Spider-Man webs him up before dropping him off at the vault. Now, there was actually another one with Spider-Man as well, but this one involved Blood Rose and the Foreigner, because the Foreigner wanted to call upon the group of the New Enforcers, and basically that consisted of Dragon Man, Blitz, Eel, Vanisher, Dreadnought, Super, Adaptoid, Thermite, Tangle, and Plant Man. So basically what happened here is Blood Rose infiltrates one of the Foreigner's compounds, and he's greeted by Dragon Man, Super Adaptoid, and Dreadnought. Blood Rose activates an interference signal that turns the Super Adaptoid into a giant magnetic pulse generator. And basically the three androids turn against each other and they go at it, which allows Blood Rose to escape, and Dragon Man and the rest of the new enforcers were eventually defeated by Spider-Man and Blood Rose. Now, later on, when he comes back into contact with the Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four threw a birthday party for Franklin Richards, and Dragon Man was there to celebrate and enjoy the festivities. Now, Dragon Man has been seen playing with Franklin Richards and some of his friends, including Leech and Ari, and Valeria, excuse me. Richards would, this is where she would reprogram Dragon Man, and android is given super intellect and has the capabilities of human speech, and he would become kind of like an adopted member of the Future Foundation and a guardian of the gifted children in that program. So Dragon Man really doesn't have too many powers and abilities. I mean, he is one of the most powerful androids ever created, and he possesses superhuman strength, stamina, agility, reflexes, and durability. I mean, he's an android, duh. And he has 2 wings that provide him the capability of flight. And so how he gets his fire is kind of cool, because basically he exhales methane he exhales methane gas, which is then ignited by striking his teeth. So that's how you get the ignition source for the fire that comes out. Now, the flames that he produces can reach temperatures of 8,000 degrees Fahrenheit, and he has superhuman resistance to injury, but he is vulnerable to intense cold and ultrasonic frequencies. So now that we know how Dragon Man is in the comics, let's take a look at his MCOC counterpart and see if Kabam did him justice. And I gotta say, Kabam did a fairly decent job here. Now, I kind of wish they would have played more on his immunities, because I think that would have been really kind of beneficial in this way, since he does have that intense weakness to frostbite and, you know, ultrasonic sound. So like if they could have given him, maybe he takes more damage against when he's inflicted with a cold snap or a frostbite. So bringing someone like Iceman or Vision Arcus would kind of be a neat little concept to it. Plus, having champs where he takes extra energy damage would be good. Now, his resistances are okay. I mean, having the incinerate for his fiery breath is, of course, kind of one of the top things that Kabam gave him, and that makes sense in the comics what he has. Now, he is a bruiser, so I kind of wish they would have given him some sort of like maybe rage type mechanic. Now, I get that he gets the fury and the unstoppable and the unblockable, but I feel like Kabam could have done a little bit more. So maybe when he reaches a certain percentage of health, say 20% health, that's when he kind of, almost similar to how the Hulk is, right? When the Hulk rages, the lower in health Hulk gets, the harder he hits. So maybe if they would have given some sort of mechanism like this to Dragon Man, it would have kind of been in tune with him in the comics. Now, he is docile by nature, so also they could have done something like, you know, the higher in health he is, you know, the less hard he hits or something like that, or the less likely he is to gain a fury, whereas the lower in health he gets, the more likely he is to gain a fury. This guy plays more like a cosmic champion than a mystic champion, and I get why he's a mystic champion and not a tech champion, but I feel like the way he's designed, he plays more like a cosmic champion, and I think Kabam could have played around more a little bit with these abilities to give him more of maybe a mystic sense with that mystic augmentation and giving him some sort of regen, since he does always kind of come back around. Now, he does enter a slumbering state at some point in time in the comics. So they could have given him something there. I really think that would have been more beneficial to tie him into the comics. But overall, Kabam did a decent job in tying Dragon Man into the comics. But what do you guys think? Do you think Kabam did Dragon Man justice, or do you think he was just a smoldering pile of ashes? Let me know in the comments below and let's discuss. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you guys liked what you saw and you want to see more, please remember to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and hit me up in the Discord chat. Thanks, guys. Bye.